Barlow Creations. If you're new to my channel and you're stopping by for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. Stick around a while by clicking that red button for more crafting on a budget, more everything on a budget videos to come. And if you click it again when the bell appears, YouTube should notify you every time I upload a new video, depending on the option that you choose in the drop-down menu of the bell. If you're interested in following me on social media, you can find those links in the description box below. What have I got going on for you for today? Today I am bringing to you a holiday DIY using these floral wreath forms that you can get at the Dollar Tree. Now this is a DIY that is a very versatile piece. It can be done to suit any decor style. It can be done for any season or time of the year. I'm just doing it now because I want to incorporate more new DIY holiday creations of mine into my holiday decor this year. Wow, that was a mouthful. And so today's DIY is using several of these. I can't wait to show you what I do with this. This is an easy DIY that has an outcome that is so homey and just has such a holiday feel to it. I absolutely love it. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into it and let me show you what I have in mind for today's DIY using these floral wreath forms. Floral foam wreath forms. Say that 3 times really fast. Alrighty, so for this DIY, I will be using 4 of these wreath forms that you can get at the Dollar Tree. And I'll also be using this wired ribbon. This is a buffalo check or black and white gingham. I got this at Michael's by Celebrate It. It says I paid $15. No, I didn't. I paid about $8 for it, and it was worth it because this is a high quality ribbon. I'm going to start off by taking the ribbon, I'm going to hot glue it to the foam wreath ring, and I'm just going to wrap it. Now this is one of those DIYs that if you don't want to use ribbon and you want to use fabric, you can use fabric, you can use burlap. I've done this and I've done it with shredded fabric where I've actually torn the fabric so I got that shredded, frayed look, and it turned out really amazing. Because I've ran out of my black and white gingham fabric, I decided that since I saw this at Michael's, it was only $8, it would be perfect because it's black and white gingham. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it. I found that when wrapping it, if you cut a piece off long enough to what you think it's gonna take to wrap your wreath form, it's a lot easier to wrap it because there's an end that you can pull through the wreath ring itself versus keeping it attached to the spool. And as you can see, I didn't cut it long enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and hot glue this. It's an easy fix just to add a bit more. I'll also be using some Christmas tree garland. This is one from the Dollar Tree, and boy oh boy is it unruly. If you can't find this at the Dollar Tree, Walmart still has these in stock. And I'm going to use it to wrap around the wreath ring right over the top of the buffalo check ribbon that I just placed. And just by hot gluing the end, when you wrap it, it's not going to come unraveled. And once you reach the end, you're going to want to hot glue that end as well. And it's going to stay. Just evenly space out as you wrap your ribbon. You really want whatever fabric or ribbon that you're using to show through, and you're really just using this greenery as a pop of green color to add that touch of Christmas if you're doing it around Christmas time. And because I have this berry garland on hand, I love this. This stuff is from the Dollar Tree. Boy, do I wish the Dollar Tree carried this year round because I would continue buying it and incorporating it into my DIYs. I'm gonna put this right on top of the Christmas tree garland just to add a pop of color to this as well. Now, if you can't get your hands on this berry garland, Walmart and Dollar Tree still have the bunches in their floral department of berries. And these berries come in several different colors and styles. You've got gold glitter, silver glitter, you've got white, you've got red, you've got green, you name it, it's there. Pick your color and just hot glue little pieces of berry to the green garland. Like I said, if you can't get your hands on this berry garland. As most of you know, I love burlap, and the fact that you can get burlap in a 12 by 12 paper stack is amazing. 8 sheets come in this pack. You can find this at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. You can even get it on Amazon. You can look at my Amazon store in the description box below if you're interested in ordering it. I love this stuff. It's a stiffer burlap. And so I went ahead and using my Cricut, I cut out the word home in a fun font. I'll look up what font it is and I'll insert a subtitle here because I don't quite remember what it was as I'm doing this voiceover. There are alternatives. If you don't have a Cricut, use a stencil and trace it and cut it out using an X-Acto knife or your scissors. You could always print up letters off a Google image and you can trace them onto burlap. There are so many different options to getting bigger letters like this other than using the Cricut, but because I have the Cricut, I'm gonna cheat. You can see that I am taking some of Tim Holtz Distress ink in the color of Walnut Stain and a paintbrush. This is my favorite way of adding, I guess, dimension and distressing my pieces, my DIYs. And so just by placing the paintbrush into the ink pad, you're gonna get some of the ink onto your paintbrush and it really allows you to distress and have control over what you're distressing, the areas you're distressing by applying it this way. And I'm gonna do this to all 4 of my letters. And these burlap letters are gonna go right in the center of these wreath rings. How fun is that? Now, when doing these letters, you do want to make sure that you are making them a size that is going to be big enough that you can hot glue the top and the bottom of the letter to your wreath, like I'm doing here. How stinking rustic does that look? I love this. When putting your letters together, you can do it one of 2 ways, side by side or up and down like this. Because I'm putting this on my door, I need it to be longer versus wider. And so I'm gonna go ahead and glue these together on top of each other just like so, using some hot glue on the bottom of the form and attaching them that way. Once I've got them attached that way, because it was a bit flimsy, I did go ahead and flip it over and reinforce it with a bit more glue. Okay, not a bit, a lot more glue on the back side just to make it a bit more sturdier. And look at that, just by adding a ton of hot glue to the back, we made this a good sturdy piece. To finish this piece off, I believe that every wreath needs a bow at the top. Could be just my opinion, but I'm gonna finish mine off with a bow, and since I have a ton of this wired ribbon left over, I'm gonna go ahead and do a nice size bow that's gonna be proportionate with my piece. And because I didn't want to add the bow to the wreath itself and cover up the H, I decided to take some of the ribbon and just kind of do like an upside down V with the ribbon. And I just chose the size that I wanted it to be, which would be high enough up that when I place the bow, it's not completely covering my letter. And just as you see here, it's folded, and by adding some hot glue to the bottom, I'm gonna go ahead and just glue it to the top here on the back. And just hot glue my bow right to the top there. See, look at that, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And now when I place the tails of my bow, I can place them off to the sides, and just by putting a dot of hot glue on the tails, you can place them where you want them to be. To hang this up, I am going to use my go-to method of twine and just doing a loop with a knot, and I'm going to hot glue it to the back because I didn't want to use the ribbon itself to hold it up. I figured it was better just to put a huge gob of hot glue on the back and attach this. And that'll work, because why not? We have twine on hand, it makes a good hanger. How quick and easy was that? Took me maybe an hour to an hour and a half to do, and the outcome is so rustic. I absolutely love it. And like I said before, this is such a versatile piece. It can be done for any time of year in any decor style. Just take what you like and leave what you don't. I hope you all enjoyed today's DIY using these floral foam wreath forms. Wow, I had to say that slow because my tongue just did not want to say it. I think that this is such a fun DIY. It's definitely one that you can hang on a door, inside or out, for the holiday season, for any season for that matter. And it's budget friendly, you can get creative, you can make it your own, and that's what I love about DIYing. You can do just that, and that's what it's intended for. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get this video to, you guessed it, 5,000 likes, because like I always say, each and every one of your thumbs up and those comments that you leave down below, they really do help my channel to grow, and it helps YouTube to notice me just a bit more. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy crafting on a budget. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay positive, please. And bye for now.